Because we're fucking professionals and shit.
And it caught that part. Good job.
Of course. Well, that's because we're fucking professionals and shit.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Radical Tangent. I am your one of your two hosts, Subconscious Devil, and here is Wild Tanuki. Say hi.
Of course.
Say hi. Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
There you go. Got three of them
Hi,
in there.
Mark.
My name is not Mark. It's close, but it's not
I,
Mark.
earlier I was watching the Disaster Artist trailer. I am tickled pink about it.
I don't know what that means. Those words don't mean things to me.
Have you not watched The Room?
No, I
They're
would.
making an entire movie about the making of The Room, and it's gonna be with like Seth Rogen and that one fuck. Oh, hey, Laura. That one fuck. Who is he?
Laura
James Franco.
Bones.
That's who.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Bless you.
I did see that. No, that was a cough. Um, but yeah, I think I saw the trailer for that, and I didn't.
Which, still, like, the best unintentional comedy.
Yeah, I still don't care.
I know. It's. Sorry, I had a good time watching with some people a few days, like a week or so ago. It was a total blast. I was very intoxicated, of course.
Well, the only reason you liked it was because you were super drunk at the time.
Yeah, because it was just like me and a few other people just completely ragging on the damn thing. It was amazing.
That'll happen.
Hey, count your blessings when you got them. It's all good.
Well, I mean, are you currently drunk? I mean,
No,
I can still understand you, so you're not that drunk.
it's kind of like Beer Fest. He's not that drunk.
God, it's been so long since I've seen that movie.
It's hit and miss. That's not my favorite Broken Lizard movie of all time.
Well, no, I mean, of course not, but it's still a pretty good movie.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, Broken Lizards, or it just in general, their movies are pretty okay.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
they hit and miss? Of course, but for the most part, they're decent films.
So, has Starship Troopers 2 come out yet? I don't think it has, right?
Oh God, Starship
Not Starship Troopers, Super Troopers.
Super Troopers. No, no, no. I'd say because Starship Troopers has had many a movie made already.
Yeah, they're on like 5, I think.
Yeah. Super Troopers 2. It's supposed to be releasing in 2017, supposedly.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I mean, you can run that up. I almost backed that thing on Indiegogo to like the level of they'd give you like a signed uniform from the thing.
Oh, really?
I almost went full fanboy, and I stepped back and shot. You know what? No, no, don't do that. Absolutely
Let me
not.
guess, that's like 5 grand, isn't it?
It was a couple hundred, I'll admit.
Oh, okay. At least it wasn't like 5 grand. I would have been kind of upset. That would have been like really, really stupid of you.
Oh yeah. See, I have some ability to realize when I've gone too far.
Yeah,
Believe it or not.
I choose not. So, okay. Anyways, today we've got quite a list of good shit. Okay, Laura. Yeah, I get it. But I'm definitely glad you stopped by. But
Indeed.
we do have a very good list of things to talk about today. We've got some trailers that we watched: The Shape of Water, Pacific Rim 2, Inhumans, Justice League, Ready Player One.
Ready Player One so many times.
Then we also have Tanuki finally decided to kill the longest running joke on our show, and he watched The Shawshank Redemption yesterday, last night.
Last night, and yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
I,
then, yeah, we'll talk about that. We've got time. And then we also went and saw Valerian, which I actually just got back from less than an hour ago. And actually, I did want to mention this. I am sorry that the show is late by 2 days. I've been working and I wasn't sure if I was going to work last night. I ended up not working last night. But by time it was time to go, I was unconscious. So
Yeah, we do still do our day jobs, believe it or not.
yeah, even with the wild success of this show, we still do our day jobs mostly because we love them, or something like that.
I enjoy mine. I don't know about you.
Well, I mean, at this point, you have to love your job. I mean, we've got 59 subs, so that's we're almost millionaires.
Exactly. Anyways.
So yeah, we've got quite a bit to talk about today, and I mean, we might as well just jump into it. Just jump into the water with The Shape of Water. See? Oh, you like that? That was a good transition.
Boo. Boo.
Good transition. You leave me alone with my transitions. It was awesome.
Yeah, segues are hard. Anyways.
Segues are awesome. My segues are awesome. Your segues suck.
Fuck your segues.
Fuck your couch.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Get on with it.
So, what did you think of the trailer? Let's start out
The Shape
with
of
what
Water.
you
I it's a Guillermo del Toro film. Of course, I enjoyed the trailer. All of his stuff, always with a good story, always with great cinematography, always with great directing for the most part. It's just, and I love that aesthetic, like that 50s style aesthetic.
Well, I think that's partially unique to this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's sci-fi in fact of it, but in general, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful trailer that is going to be part of a very beautiful film. The stories about it is they find this fish-human hybrid of sorts. And what they do is they bring it back to America for testing, of course, and whatnot. And what happens is this mute girl ends up communicating with him via sign language, and they start having like it's just a relationship of sorts, nothing serious or anything, and it's just the tale of this mute girl communicating with him.
Sorry, I need to get a new keyboard, but the keyboard I want costs like $120, and I don't just.
See, he bitches at me about buying a graphics card, and now he's bitching about buying a keyboard.
Does my computer work?
Hey, my computer works fine. It's just it doesn't process fucking PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
Or pretty much any game like Ark.
Shut your whore mouth.
So, anyways, so I mean, it's obvious in this trailer that this is. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be classified as a prequel, but it's basically a prequel for the new Hellboy series that's coming up, which Guillermo del Toro is not going to be directing.
What, seriously?
Yeah, he's not directing it.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that then.
Well, I mean, it's kind of cool to get another perspective on it. I'm pretty. Let me check.
Tappity tap tap tap. Yeah, that's. I love hearing that sound all the time. Every day.
Yeah. It's going to be directed by Neil Marshall.
Neil Marshall? Because I actually give a shit about directors now. I had to look up this guy.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Man, he's funny looking.
Yes, he is. So, let's see. He did Descent. He did Doomsday. Doomsday was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, and people give, like, constant praise to Descent.
What? This is interesting. Skull Island, the Blood of Kong.
That must be like the sequel series.
Yeah. So there's something else in here. He did direct an episode of Westworld.
Yeah.
That was another thing that we forgot to fucking do. God damn it. So Westworld also has a new trailer out.
Wow, we suck at this.
Hey, guess what you guys get to look forward to next week? You guys get to look forward to an episode that contains our take on the trailer for the next season of Westworld because we're good at our jobs, our day jobs, not this job. We suck at this.
Yeah, yeah, Laura, I like Del Toro too. I really do. Oh shit! He directed some of the episodes on Constantine. It was the TV show.
Yep. He also did 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, Black Sails. Yeah, he did some pretty good stuff. I mean, I'm actually kind of looking forward to this. Actually, Doomsday would be something cool to watch. Just as kind of, it's not really a retro review because it's not that old. It's only 2008, but just like a review of a movie that I'm pretty sure you have not seen.
What, Doomsday?
Yeah.
I own Doomsday.
All right, bye, Laura.
Bye.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Dude, I own Doomsday, like, I've had it for years now.
Wait, the one with the red box that is showing right there?
Hold on, I need to go back to it because I was checking out the Hellboy thing. Yes, I own that movie.
Oh, it's such a good movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic.
So,
Oh, you don't have this movie. Bitch, I could look it up in my fucking collection right now.
You know what? Eat me, okay? I don't know what you got in your collection. Maybe you should send me a fucking list.
Yes, I'll document over 500 DVDs for you.
Good. Get on it.
Absolutely.
Get on it. Go do it right now. I'll finish the show.
Fuck you.
Come on. I pretty much, I carry this show.
Yeah, he's not lying. He does all the technical work.
You know what, though? You did
I'm expendable at this point.
You know what, though? You did do most of the work on this episode. I mean, you were the one that found all but one of the trailers, although I had seen one of the trailers. I'd seen 2 of the trailers that we watched this week. But you did all but one, or all but 2, technically.
Okay, we can praise each other all the time after the show. Let's get back to the content.
No, fuck the content. This is my show. I do what I want.
Half a show.
3/4 of the show. Maybe 2/3. Give you a little bit more there. Anyways, so I don't know. Like the obvious Easter eggs about Abe Sapien being the amphibious character in this movie, Shape of the Water. They're obvious. He likes eggs. He knows multiple languages. He likes to read. He likes classical music. He was experimented on post-World War II era by the Americans.
They just found him in a tank that he was stuck in. Like, they even specifically say that. So,
I mean, it's 100% obvious that this is...
Also, if you notice the paint at the end, the markings on that she has for his body really align with Abe's in the earlier series.
Yeah, well, I think that they're trying to go for a more modern, updated version of Abe, maybe, with the better graphics that are out now in comparison to the original Hellboy.
Well, what they did in the original Hellboy was they did like half practical.
Oh, they did. Yeah. I thought it was all CGI.
No, when he's in the tank, he's CGI, but when he's out of the tank, it's all practical.
Interesting. So, I mean, I don't know. It looks pretty good. I want to go see this.
If this was not connected to Hellboy at all, I'd still be okay seeing this film. It does look fascinating.
Yeah. By the way, do you have the Discord open?
Yes, dude.
No, you don't. You're opening it right now. I can hear you doing it.
Shut your fucking mouth. I really do need to get a mouse pad.
So, I don't know. I only want to. I want to watch it if only. Oh yeah, I know. If only to make sure that my assumption is correct on this, that it is actually Abe.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, I mean, it does look like a good movie. It looks like it might be a little bit slow though, which kind of concerns me. Even for a Guillermo del Toro movie, I mean, almost none of his stuff is slow, but this looks like it might be.
Well, the thing I find that he has trouble with is making things short.
Yeah,
But you,
but you know what? I like a long movie if it's interesting. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, I have watched Akira multiple times, so
Watched what?
Akira.
Ah, okay. Uh, it's an anime. I don't care.
I know, I know.
But are you surprised that I knew what it was?
No, because it's a very well known one. It's arguably the most well known anime outside of Dragon Ball Z.
I was gonna say Dragon Ball Z, or maybe Sailor Moon back in the '90s.
Yeah, Sailor Moon was actually very popular.
No, it's funny
No,
because
I will say this with Sailor Moon. The problem with Sailor Moon is that the American version, the sub version, see in Japan, later on in the series they add two more characters, and they're lesbians, and they're in love with each other. And what happens is in the American version, they're cousins.
oh, that
And
sucks.
it was really weird watching like the high sexual tension in lesbian relations occur on screen while they're like saying like you're my cousin. It's like, I'm just it was very bizarre.
Yeah, that does sound kind of weird.
So it see they thought it was like, hey, we'll just say they're cousins and there's nothing wrong with it, and then it just seemed like they had a lesbian relationship. It like an incestual lesbian relationship. It was very, very bizarre. But yeah,
You know, okay, so when I, you know that when I was younger, I didn't mind watching cartoons, and I consider anime cartoons. Um, but what was I going to say about that? Fuck. Oh, so when I was younger, one of my favorite ones was Ranma One Half.
oh, I'm familiar with it, but I'm not read it, but I am familiar with the story.
Yeah, I mean,
That is a bit of an odd story.
I mean, if you think about it, it's almost the first version of like a transgender character in anime.
Yeah, yeah, I can see where that's coming from. Though I'm sure there's more. It's just I'm not seeing it right away. Because I've seen like cross dressing go way, way, way back.
Well, I mean, but then again, if you also think about it, um, it's also not transgender because it's a curse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Did you move away from your mic? I can barely hear you.
I'm right up on my mic,
Oh,
honestly.
that's so
I
weird.
scooted back for a second though.
Oh, okay. Here, let me pop on my other headphone there. I had to take off my other headphone because it sounds like when I have both of them on, I think my whatever my lisp thing gets worse when I can't hear myself as well.
Uh,
So I had to pop off my headphone. It's really annoying because the thing's sitting like right next to my eyeball. Hello, Hack. How are you today? So,
how you doing?
now, you know what? Speaking of things from Japan, we have Pacific Rim 2.
Oh fuck.
Yes, segues are awesome. My segues are great. I need either I need to work on my segues or you need to start doing them.
Yeah, I probably should. It's honestly my only problem is that I don't have a list in front of me in order. Because usually how this works is he makes up the list, I get the list, and I can kind of like in my head I can move things along.
There you go.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
Love you.
I'm glad I could be here for you.
I am too. Thanks for your support. Oh, I'm so glad you could be on my show.
You know, I will support you in your transition. Okay?
Speaking of transition, So Pacific Rim 2.
Seriously, why can I barely hear you? That's so weird. Did something happen? Did you turn down your gain or something?
I think I was messing with my game
Oh no,
a
no, you're
few
good.
days
I
ago.
got this. I got this. Okay, talk
Okay.
again.
Do re mi fa sol la. How's that?
No, I accidentally hit the fucking volume on my fucking headset.
Oh,
I
oh,
I am so bad at this.
oh. My fault, huh?
Yes.
My fault.
So Hack Valerian is a dumb name, but
Yeah, because it's already the name of a steel.
and we will get to that in a few minutes. Well, actually, in like a half an hour to an hour. But Pacific Rim 2. It doesn't show a whole lot. This new trailer that
It's
came out.
it's honestly just a teaser trailer, so just giving you like a glimpse to get you excited.
Yeah. Although I do have to say some of these new Jaegers look really fucking awesome.
Fucking ninja Jaegers.
Did you see that one with like the spiky drill thing?
Yeah.
That thing is awesome.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. See, that's like my whole thing when I was a little kid. It's like giant fucking robots just fighting each other or fighting monsters. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited for this new age of the kaiju. You know, you got Kong and Godzilla coming out, and then you have a new Pacific Rim
Dude,
coming out.
it's like the rebirth of my childhood.
Oh yeah, I remember we used to sit there and we used to watch all of the old Godzilla movies. Hey Jags, what's up?
What's up, man?
And you know, it was funny because we used to sit there and make fun of how the guys they would say like yes, but their lips would move for like 20 seconds.
If we didn't understand what bad dubbing was.
Yeah, now we know. But I don't know. It looks cool only because the only things that you see are the Jaegers, and the Jaegers look good, so therefore the movie looks good.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like anybody's amped up a trailer before to make it look good. And when it finally came out, it was a piece of fucking shit. No one's ever done that.
So I mean, really, there's not a whole lot to talk about on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly like a minute-long trailer just saying, like, hey, you know how you like Pacific Rim? Here's Pacific Rim 2.
Here's more of the stuff that you like. Have fun with these. Which I'm okay with. It doesn't even have to have that good of a story. It can just literally just be fighting giant robots versus giant monsters, just fighting for 2 hours. And I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. Speaking of monsters, man, fucking Black Bolt. For the Inhumans stuff for the TV show. I honestly super excited. Are you familiar with Inhumans at all?
No, I have no idea, but it looks good.
Yeah, it really looks good. Black Bolt uses his voice as a weapon. Essentially, he uses like sonic frequencies and whatnot.
Oh, that's the king guy. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and it said that if he shouted, it would kill all life on Earth, essentially.
Oh, that's cool.
So he has to essentially be mute all the time and never talk.
And it looks like that chick with the red hair that she uses as a weapon is like his queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hot.
That's the takeaway from that. She's hot.
That's what I got from it.
Oh, lordy.
So, but no, I mean, it looks really cool. I'm very excited to see these new mutants that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, I'm just familiar with Black Bolt as a character, but not really familiar with Inhumans as a whole. I worked with a coworker that was like his shit was Inhumans.
Yeah.
So like the way he talked about it, the more excited I got. So now I'm really curious about where this series is going.
Yeah.
The only strange thing is the moon.
Why are they on the moon and how did they? Well, I think I know how they get there.
Well, I know how they get there.
Black Bolt obviously transports them. He teleports.
Yeah.
Oh, and that huge dog, that is the best thing ever.
Oh my god, the giant fucking bulldog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing is adorable as shit.
Um, I mean, it doesn't really outline what very many of their powers are. There's the guy who can create obvious, like almost like mini earthquakes just by like punching the ground or stomping on it, things like that. That's a pretty cool idea. But there was a similar character in season 4 of Heroes that he could control the earth basically and create mountains or destroy them, things like that. And then the show just kind of stops right there and just no more. So there's that.
Yeah, so yeah, like it's a betrayal story. Maximus betrays Black Bolt into becoming the new king,
Mm-hmm.
and so far what I know about Maximus, his ability is he's extremely intelligent. That's that's all I got.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've heard of worse powers, honestly.
So the main character chick, does she like control?
Medusa.
No, no, not the red hair chick. The main character chick, the younger chick, the one that they bring in and they're like, I can take you there. Like,
Uh,
uh, like the teenage chick. She was sitting there
yeah,
playing with that
I'm
ball and it
just
looked
not
frozen.
familiar with the characters.
Well, no, I'm just saying it looks like she can freeze things. Maybe she's like an Iceman type thing without being forced into being gay.
Okay, heck, you go have Din Din.
No, she's already got it. She's gonna eat it right now.
Oh,
Are you going to listen to us while you eat? Because that might make you throw up.
yeah, that's nauseating.
Um, you know though, the entire. I don't know. Do a segue
It,
thing.
it looks good. It
Oh,
looks interesting,
okay.
and as long as it's not like the same old, I'll be happy to watch it.
Yeah, they've got to have
And
a
hopefully when it comes out, you won't have the same reaction you did when we tried to get all the way through the fucking CW shows that you still haven't finished.
No, I haven't. I need to.
You
Maybe
just kind of need to bite the bullet.
maybe I'll just force myself to do it, and I'll be able to get back into it. It's just so much of things that I don't give a shit about.
There is a lot of not giving a shit. Yeah, I'll admit.
Like, I, no matter what you say to me about this, the what's that one? The fucking flying spaceship thing.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Legends of Tomorrow. No matter what you say to me about it, will always be the show of sidekicks. They're not heroes. They're not the main superhero guy. They're just sidekicks. I mean, it doesn't help that they took all the sidekicks and decided, hey, you know what? We've got lots of sidekicks. Let's make a show with them.
Actually, some of them aren't sidekicks, but
Some of them
they're
are
just
villains.
like minor heroes within the comic series.
Yeah, and some of them are villains.
Yeah.
Either way, it did not feel like a cohesive show of these are all heroes. It felt like we'll put it this way. It felt like Guardians of the Galaxy's retarded younger brother.
I'm never gonna unthink that now.
And it's very true, is it not?
I think you just ruined that show for me now.
I'm sorry, but I regret nothing.
Oh no, it's probably for the best. I'm gonna watch better shit. So we talked about Inhumans. Now, Justice League. Thoughts on the new trailer?
I'm glad that we're finally getting a good glimpse of the characters that we don't know yet. That's really fun for me. I really enjoyed that. I think that you know who I'm the most excited to see is the new Flash.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Actually, strangely enough, I want to see Aquaman now that I've actually seen a little bit of his personality or him like fighting and whatnot.
Yeah, I think that the Aquaman character is going to be really cool. I think that it was. Um,
Martian Manhunt's not going to be in this one, not yet.
I think that the casting of Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones was a really good fit for that character. I wasn't really
Yeah,
sure because he's always been kind of like um, a fruity kind of character. He's always been kind of the butt of jokes, even though he's one of the most powerful superhumans. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh, heck, you don't even know. You don't even know.
Aquaman is actually, I think, the rankings from what I've read is the Flash is the most powerful character in the DC universe. Aquaman is actually the second most powerful. Superman's not even close either, by the way. He's actually one of the weakest. Obviously, besides Batman. Batman. I don't know why Batman gets like all this hype. Honestly, he's a rich guy. That's about it.
It's because it's a semi down to earth character. No, we're not hack. Fucking Aquaman's beast.
But no, like, I mean, I get it. Batman is the everyman, but
He's also not the everyman.
yeah,
It's not every man has billions of dollars.
but you know what I mean. He proves that even a regular human can still do amazing things.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I mean by that. And yeah, I get it. I mean that's why he's cool. And don't get me wrong, I like Batman, but I think he's overrated. And mostly,
I don't think he's overrated. I think he's overhyped.
well, here's my thing. Batman would be nothing without his villains.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Okay, quick question.
mhm.
What do you think of the villain of this one?
I didn't even see who it was. I couldn't
I
tell.
I I, I know who it is.
Who is it?
It's supposed to be Darkseid.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I knew that. Eh.
I knew you knew. It's just
Doesn't Darkseid kill Superman at one point?
no, that's Doomsday.
Is that who killed him in the last one? Yeah, that's who killed him in the last one.
Yeah, that is the one who killed him in the last one.
Yeah.
And retarded Batman.
Yeah, well. I don't know. Darkseid is overpowered.
Dude, Darkseid is fucking ridiculous. Actually, this is why that Batman's a little bit fucking over the top. It's because Darkseid's supposed to have these laser eyes, and the lasers that shoot out of them, they just randomly go on pass, and you can't predict them. But Batman has been able to dodge them with expert precision.
Well, as Stag says, he is a ninja.
Okay, fine.
He
We'll just chalk it up to plot convenience.
Yes, let's just do that. Um,
No, I was excited to see a little bit more of Cyborg, though that CGI job, man.
I will never get excited for that character because the CGI is such garbage. I can't get behind the character.
They should have gone with more practical effects.
They should have. They should have done nothing but practical effects, but they wanted to. I have no clue. They wanted to show off their prowess, which they really don't do very well on. The practical effects would have been so much better. It would have looked way more cohesive with the character.
Well, harking back to Hellboy, it's like they should have done the practical effects with like him walking around and whatnot, and then all the fight scenes should have been CGI.
Yeah, because during a fight scene, you don't focus on him so much. You focus on everything that's going on because there's cars flying and fucking buildings falling and shit like that, and I get it. You know what I mean?
But to just like have him in there and it's just like it's CGI all the time. It's like, fucking hell, it looks so bad.
Yeah, it really does. Um, I mean, I get why they did it, maybe for convenience or something, but either way, it looks like shit. It's not. Uh, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to that character whatsoever. Flash looks cool. He's got a funny line in the trailer when they all just
He's
disappear.
he's the most relatable character, that's for damn sure.
Yeah,
Because he's got the most fucking personality out of all of them so far.
yeah, and we've seen what 20 seconds of his character.
Yeah. Yeah, Hack's right. That's why Jurassic Park holds up, because CGI has a shelf life.
Yep, and Jurassic Park does not use CGI. Although you got to give it to James Cameron on Avatar.
Yeah, that's yes, Hack proving my point.
Yep.
That's and see the funny thing is, Jurassic Park is always the go-to when it comes to like when referring to CGI and practical effects.
Yeah.
Because that movie, no matter when you watch it, no matter how long you go down the road, you can go back and watch it again because it just holds up so well. And because of computer compression, CGI will always fall short of practical effects when it comes to the test of time.
Yeah.
That's the long short.
Yeah, I definitely not looking forward to that. Aquaman's character looks cool. I'm glad to see more of Diana. She looks like she's got some really cool fight scenes in this.
Yeah,
a little bit better
she's probably
character
like,
development.
yeah, she's in second place for most personality.
Yeah,
No. It's probably tied with her right now with Aquaman because we've seen like
a snippet, basically,
yeah, of Aquaman. Yeah.
But Batman never has personality. He's just that dark and brooding guy.
To this day, I swear to you, the best adaptation of Batman is Batman from the animated series. I know you're not a fan of animated shows, but that like encapsulates the essence of Batman to me.
Yeah, and I'm sure it
Like,
does. It's funny because I've started actually reading some comics, which I got to finish the series that I'm on right now, or at least catch up to where it's at. But I don't know. I don't really mind comics so much because I don't know. They're drawn right. You know, they're right in front of you. You know, I get it. But cartoons are nah.
so you're fine as long as they're still images, but you have a problem once they start moving.
Yeah, pretty much.
To each their own.
I don't know why. I like there are some cartoons I like. Like I like the Toy Story movies. Those are pretty fun.
Yeah, they're enjoyable. I don't know. Like I've always just seen like everybody has their medium of. Heck, I have to agree. The curling incarnation of Harley Quinn is terrible.
Although I will give what's her name? Who's playing her? Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
I will give her one thing. She's hot. she looks good in that Harley.
That's your like go-to for everything. It's like, yeah, I don't know anything about this character, but they're fucking hot.
Okay, we'll put it this way.
Suicide Squad was fucking terrible.
We'll put it. Yeah, Suicide Squad was terrible. You want to know how terrible? I didn't even finish the fucking movie. I fell asleep in the movie. It was so fucking boring. That movie is garbage. It needs to never have been made. Can we unmake that movie? Is that possible?
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. Maybe.
Although, if we're gonna unmake a movie, I mean, Suicide Squad. I mean, at least I can deal with that because I fell asleep and I didn't care. But can we just like unmake Power Rangers? Can we do that instead?
I finally got that out of my head.
No.
Oh, God.
Okay. So heck, I like how I like the dynamic between the Joker and Harley Quinn. I just don't like how I don't like what he did to her to make her Harley Quinn. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't like it because there's a lot I didn't like. I didn't like that they made it where it was like a two-way romance between them.
Well,
Because that's never,
in the movie in Suicide Squad.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because it never was. It was never a two-way romance. It was always
it was
her.
always like a manipulation tactic.
Well, it was always her being 100% in love and all about him, but him really not caring what happened to her.
I mean, that end bit of Suicide Squad, you didn't see this, but Joker breaks Harley out of prison. That would have never happened in the comics.
No, he wouldn't have cared.
Yeah. They're like, oh shit, I lost my favorite tool. Time to move on. Well, he would break her out, but only if it had like a specific benefit to himself.
Yeah. Like, okay, like let's put it this way: in the games in Arkham City,
Yeah.
he broke her out, but that was more for his own benefit than anything else.
Yeah, that. Oh, it was Arkham Asylum, and he broke her out. It's been a while since I played this game. Anyways,
yeah, me either.
it's just it's convoluted and ridiculous. Still, just the dynamic of their characters in Suicide Squad is just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's fucking insane. It completely just spits on the characters that have been built up for so long.
yeah. Well, like Killer Croc he has never looked like that ever.
Now I can give them some creative representation with Killer Croc, but
Well,
he was never like a thug character.
well, and I mean, I guess I guess I can give them one thing. They were trying to go for almost a real world type of feel. So I guess that makes sense.
Real world where the villain is making a death machine with magic.
Well, but I mean, like a feel of that. You know what I mean? Like where they tried to make all of the characters feel more human like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was kind of the fun of Suicide Squad in the comic books was that they weren't normal.
Well, yeah. I mean, I get that. I mean, like the pyro guy, and he was.
Oh, Diablo.
Yeah, Diablo.
Fucking hell. Diablo was the best part of that movie.
From what I saw of it, I do tend to agree.
Well, he had like the best story arc. It's like, oh, he's trying to redeem himself.
And then
And that's 1,000 times more interesting than any of the other fucking story arcs, to be honest with you. Even the fucking romance plot they had in there was fucking ridiculous.
with Captain whatever the fuck his name is.
Captain Boomerang.
No, the Falcon guy or whatever. The fucking the guy who was controlling everything, Major or something. I don't remember.
Oh, Major Douchebag or some fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how he was in love with the witch chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous. It made no sense to the story. Then, so wait, is the Joker the main bad guy, or is the witch's
No, the witch
boyfriend?
is the main bad guy.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wasn't sure. I don't know. I haven't heard anything, but I think they're making a second one. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think they are. That's god awful. But speaking of prison, I finally did something that has been joked about for a long while today.
Since the very first episode, I believe we talked about it.
Yeah, I finally watched Shawshank Redemption.
Yes, you did. So, we haven't really talked about this at all either. So, what do you got?
I get it now. I completely understand why this is a very classic piece in movie history.
You know what's funny about this movie? It did shitty at the box office.
That is, that's ridiculous.
It did so bad at the box office. It was actually considered a flop.
Though that's the thing about cult hits.
Well, the funny thing is I think it was TNT bought the exclusive rights to it, and they air it all the fucking time. And it did really well in rentals back when Blockbuster was a thing. Um, it did so well after the fact. I think it's actually made tons of money since then. But I mean, it's obviously not a movie you can make a sequel of. So
Yeah, it really isn't. There's no coming back from like where they set the film.
so what do you think of the film overall?
It's a fantastic film, and it's a film where I can clearly understand where a lot of tropes from different things came from. It was I understand why people would watch this, mainly due to the fact that I can imagine a world prior to Shawshank. And once this movie comes out, it's so different than a lot of films you see. It came out before a lot of tropes that were going on with films, and it's very obvious to me why this became such a massive hit.
Now, do you, now do you understand why it's probably in most people's top 10 favorite movies of all time?
Oh, it's definitely in my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
Okay. It's easily in mine, I would
Oh
say.
yeah, it's just like the plot of it. It has such a rewatchable feel to it.
Yeah, you can definitely rewatch it. Trust me, I've done it. I've also
I
read
know.
I've also read the story. Um, it's based on a story called
Rita
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 Hayworth
Hayworth
and
and
the Shawshank.
Shawshank Redemption.
Funny fact about that is when they first started casting for the film, they had a bunch of women come in, um, trying to audition for Rita Hayworth. Human Centipede is the worst movie. Well, not the worst movie, but one of the worst movies ever made. Because I
Not in the middle of this, not in the middle of this review, because now I'm actually trying to think of the worst movie ever made, because I've probably watched it.
okay, so let's move on. Oh, Gangs of the Dead, by the way. Um, so
Now it's just everything about this movie, from just like the way he got out of prison to all that. It's easy to see where all the love for this movie came from. It was such a smart film.
yeah, it is. Um, I mean, just the characters. Like, okay, you remember the scene where he asks why they call him Red?
Yeah.
Okay, so the original character of Red was actually a red-headed Irish guy. In the movie, they decided to cast Morgan Freeman, and he says, maybe it's because I'm Irish. It's kind of like a joke, kind of like a joke and like an Easter egg for those that had read the book.
Yeah, I completely get that.
Um, there's lots of stuff about this film. I've done lots of research on this film. I've read, you know, every 50 facts about Shawshank Redemption you didn't know, which, by the way, I know most of them, and I knew most of them even from the beginning. But it's a very sad film. I think that they picked the perfect actor for Andy. I think they picked the perfect actor for every character in that movie.
Yeah, like every single character I could not imagine with a different actor.
Yeah. Um,
So you mentioned it being a flop before, and now I'm actually I'm looking it up on Box Office Mojo because I'm curious about its like overall earnings.
oh, it's probably fucking ridiculous high now.
Um, let's see. Domestic, it made 28 million. It had a product budget of, well, production budget of 25 million.
Oh, so not a
I would
flop.
think
That's not a flop.
that's no, that you're gaining money from that, and they broke even at least.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. Holy fuck! For a limited opening weekend, at one point, they gained. Wow, wide opening weekend, they gained $2 million on top of that. I'm trying to find total grossing.
So, I don't know. I think that, in my opinion, the way that they did the film in comparison to the book, it was the only way it could have been done. It was a very smart way to do it. It ages well. The what's the word? The tones of the movie are almost timeless.
Well, I mean, this is a classic that no matter the age or the time period that's in the future, you can enjoy this film.
Yeah.
Because you can really relate to the characters, all of them, and the aspects of it. It's like trying to improve your life.
Yeah. And, obviously Red's one of my favorite characters. And the funny thing is Andy's the main character, but the narrator is Morgan Freeman's character, Red.
Yeah. Essentially, it's like Red's the main character, but Andy is the person of interest.
Yeah. Andy's the focus of. I think what it is because if you can't tell, Red's telling the story after he's gotten out. He's telling the story as he's making his way to Andy, and that last scene is of him meeting up with Andy again.
It's such a good film.
So,
the more I talk about it, the more fond it is. Like after watching it,
yeah,
I kind of want to watch it again now.
I have a feeling this will not be the last time this week that you watch that movie.
Probably not. I'll probably watch it Friday night.
So now we've watched this. I've watched this 50 times.
We talk about a film that is now near and dear to both of our hearts. To talk about a trailer for a movie for a book that's very near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the movie 50 times. I've read the book 3 times. I'm probably actually going to start reading it again tonight. Just because I'm excited for the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's such a... Yeah, I'm thinking about, like, that's going to be my new plot piece because I'm rereading something right now. As soon as I finish that, I'm going to pick this back up.
So now, obviously, as you and I, we have talked about this off air.
Yeah.
We know that the plot's going to be slightly different, at least. It's not going to be completely 100% true to the movie or to the book, and it can't be. It's just not possible.
And for those who are wondering, we were referring to Ready Player One.
Oh yeah, sorry, we didn't say that. Ready Player One. Go watch the trailer. It's fun. Don't watch it now. Come back in or go and watch it in I don't know, 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, Ready Player One, the images that we see on film, or in the trailer, I should say, some of them I picked out right away. I'm like, okay, I recognize this from the book and this and this and this, but there's some things that they show in the trailer that are nowhere in the book. Like that part.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe the Iron Giant went in anywhere in the books or anything like that.
No, but I get where that would come from.
Yeah, and then you obviously see the DeLorean, which plays it's not a big role, but it is something that's significant in the book.
But there's one thing that is not in the book that is obviously in the movie. There's a race scene in this movie. which
Yeah,
was
there
not in the book.
yeah, there was no race scene in that. And I'm curious as to where this falls in. It's obviously it's going to be during one of the trials.
Yeah, obviously, because it shows like the Tron car and it shows the DeLorean. There's a few other things that it shows. It, although don't get me wrong, I know it's not in the book, but the imagery for it looks fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I
It's
Go ahead.
no, I'm just thinking like, oh God, I can't believe I gotta wait for this.
I
It's
know.
pissing me
When
off.
does it come out? Do you know?
Um, boop boop doop. It's to be announced, I believe.
Are you sure?
Scheduled release March 30th, 2018. My apologies.
So there's a few movies that I'm really looking forward to coming up in the next 6 to 8 months. This is one of them. The new Star Wars is one of them. Uh, I don't know. There's a few that are coming out in the next 6 to 8 months that I'm really excited for. But those are the two that stick out in my mind the most. Those are the ones that
Yeah.
I'm most looking forward to. And the only reason, because I understand a lot of people had a lot of problems with. Um, Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm going off on a tangent that we can go off on after this. Um, I think that one of the cool things that I did see was they actually show the Zero G nightclub.
Yeah, that was interesting. Though they're never gonna play that scene out the way it is in the book.
No, I mean it's one of the biggest battles in the book.
Yeah. And not only that, it's like they transform into like water creatures or jelly creatures, and they like swirl together and whatnot.
But it looks really cool the way that they're doing it. I get where they're going with it, and it looks pretty cool.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to that scene a
Question,
lot.
question. Did you know about the Easter egg hunt inside the book itself?
What?
You didn't know about this? The writer of this announced 10 months after the first edition release that there was a hidden Easter egg within the books with clues that you could follow. And the grand prize at the end was a DeLorean.
Did somebody already win? I take it.
Yes. Yes.
That's gay.
I know. But still, it's very fascinating.
But then again, I didn't hear about the book until well after it was released. I got it in Loot Crate, so.
Yeah, I read it before that, but it was way past when I could have won. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not that smart. I'm not all that brain smart. So
Well,
I probably would have figured it out.
you did hear that he's actually writing a sequel.
Yes, I think I'm the one who told you that.
I believe you were. There's actually technically a sequel, or maybe it's not a sequel, but he did write another book called Armada that I'm gonna go check out. One of the guys in one of the mods, and I watch a lot of streams of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. When I'm not playing, that's what I'm doing. If I'm not watching TV.
So when you're not playing it, you're watching it.
Yes, I do that a lot actually. Um,
Fair enough.
Considering, well, we'll put it this way. In the game, I have 281 hours.
Fuck, I don't think I have that much time, and no, I have that much time in Skyrim.
Yeah, most people that
the-
play Skyrim have thousands of hours into it.
That's the year of my life I'm never getting back. Oblivion 2, I have 2 years of my life dedicated to 2 different Elder Scrolls games.
It's not a bad. That's not a bad waste of time right there. I'm just saying. And then
See, what you do is you become a conjurer class. You learn you learn the spells for all the bound weapons. You become a fucking expert assassin who always has their weapons on them at all time. That's how you win. You beat the game by having weapons they can't take away from you. Okay, I'm done.
I beat the game by becoming a stealthy archer thief guy.
Yeah, but if you learn how to use bound weapons, you can summon your bow at any time you need it.
Meh.
You just don't appreciate my genius.
Well, so I play the way I play it. It's really slow and it's really boring to watch. That's why I will never stream the game. Is I become an archer, I get my sneak up to 100, and then I sit. I walk just out of a shadow. I shoot somebody, they die. All their friends run over to me, and I just move back 2 feet, and they can't find me.
It's sneak and archery. Gotcha.
Yeah.
In Skyrim, you can level up both of those to 100 before you even leave the tutorial area.
You can.
Yeah, I'm addicted. Fucking eight.
Hi, Hateful. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, hateful. Yeah, we're everywhere. Not really, but no. There's this. I'll send you a link to it, but it's a guy who shows you how to power level all the stats within the bounds of the game to 100. And I think I power leveled fucking archery to legendary 3 times over.
Why?
Well, I maxed out archery, and then after I did that, I used all those extra stats to perk up in different areas, and then I think I legendary sneak twice, and I'm just doing it for the perks, man.
For the lols.
Yeah, man. I mean, what's more fun than shooting a guy in the head so hard with a bow that he flies off the side of a fucking cliff?
Okay, I'll give you
Dude, the
that.
ragdoll in that game is so fucking satisfying. Christ on nails.
So, let's move on to the last subject for the game or for the show. Let's talk about Valerian and the city of 1,000 planets or something. So, let's talk about the good things first, and then we'll get into bad things. How do you feel
Okay,
about that?
that's good. Honestly, I liked the film. I liked it. It had flaws. I get that, but overall, I liked the film itself.
You know, my favorite part of the entire film was the fact that that it started out as the International Space Station, and it just kept getting stuff added to it, and different countries were all going to it, and then all of a sudden, you had an alien come in, and this was all in the beginning sequence. So
Yeah,
over the years, it just gets so big that it's about to fall into the atmosphere of Earth, so they have to push it out. So they push it out
it just
into
it just adds on and adds on and adds on.
yeah. So they push it out, and it goes into this they called it the Magellan Current, and it's supposed to just take them off and just keep floating through space forever. Um, it that was super awesome. I liked the way it did that. And at first, I thought this movie's gonna suck. It's gonna look all cartoony and everything like that. And some parts of it did, but it did not take away from the plot for me. It didn't take away from the movie at all for me. Because I mean, I'm sure if we ever did meet aliens, they wouldn't look like fucking Independence Day aliens every single time. You
Oh
know,
Christ!
they're gonna have um, different aliens from different places. They're gonna be, some of them may have ridiculous, whatevers, and they may just look ridiculous, and that's fine. So it really didn't detract from for me at all.
Yeah, it's oh god, it looks so good.
Um,
I love the scene where he was like, well, I have a problem with the aesthetic of it, but I enjoyed the scene where he was like running through the different sections of it and through the different worlds.
yeah,
Like he's like has to power through all these, and like some of them he has to swim through, some of them he has to like zero grav, some of them it's just like he's trying to get through all this like forest area because this giant space station makes the inhabitants of the entire world.
Yeah, it's basically a planet inside of itself. Um, you know, okay. So the aesthetics, some of it was kind of wonky in that part during those parts. I liked. So I guess now is a good enough time as any to kind of get into some of the flaws of the movie.
Yeah.
Because in order to talk about some of the good parts about some of the other pieces. Oh, hey Chagrin, how's it going?
Oh,
Oh, and
Chagrin.
Carl's here. Hi, Carl.
Shaggy, I miss you.
So, talking about some of the good parts, you have to talk about the bad parts of other pieces of the movie, just to get a grasp on how bad some parts were and how good the other parts were. So Valerian is not the city itself, which is kind of the way it makes it seem when you just kind of read the title.
Yeah, Valerian is a soldier for the military unit of humans at that point. I guess it's just they've now become a collective, and now it's not just one like multiple countries. It's just like the Earth in general.
Okay, real quick. So he talks about it early on in the film. He's been in the military for 9 years. He looks like he's fucking 18.
I know.
The chick looks young too, but you know she's not. She hasn't been in the military for fucking ever or whatever. The kid looks like he's 19, 18, 19 years old. I have a hard time believing that he has been in the military for, almost 10 years. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. No, I think the whole thing with that is that they're actually groomed to be in the military when they're young.
Maybe. I mean, but this isn't, it doesn't say that specifically. And this isn't Ender's Game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also we didn't read the source material.
There's source material?
Yeah, this is based off a comic book.
Oh. So, okay, one of the most glaring flaws of this entire movie, and the reason that the stream is called Valerian and the Character of a Thousand Flaws is because Valerian himself is probably the least likable character in any movie I have ever seen.
Okay. Not the least likable character in any movie, but definitely in this movie alone.
No, okay, let me rephrase. The least likable character in a movie I like.
Fair enough.
I mean, he's the fucking main character. He should be more than,
He should have redeemable characters.
Characteristics, yes. He shouldn't be all, I'm awesome, I bone chicks all the time. That's literally...
Like, I knew you were coming, baby.
I mean, that is literally the only two pieces of his entire character until the last, 5 minutes of the movie. At which point it's, I'm all about the rules. Where the fuck was that throughout the rest of the fucking movie?
Where was that when you're running through a fucking district? Well, you're running through Alpha, just randomly firing off your laser. Could harm innocent civilians.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, he was granted permission to do that, but the rest of the fucking film, it's just I'm gonna do my own thing. Fuck what you say. Do you see what I'm saying?
Then at the end, the very fucking end, it's like, no, we gotta take care of the rules.
Yeah. Do the rules thing. What? Where did that come from? I want to bone chicks. I'm the best. Fuck everybody else. I like the rules. What?
He's like Space James Bond till the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, at which point he becomes fucking Space Mary Poppins. For 5, and it's only for 5 minutes, and then he goes back to Space James Bond.
God, it's
what? Wait,
They're gonna have a space divorce.
God, oh God, that is. I mean, so he spends the entire movie trying to convince an actual likable character, who's the female lead for this movie. What was her name?
Yes, who has fucking personality? It's Laureline.
Yeah, yeah. And she's a likable character. She's fun. She's hot.
That's your go-to for fucking everything.
Well, I mean, I can't help it if they're hot. But she's more beyond these two or three characteristics. She's a deep character, a very um, she's multifaceted. She's just a well-developed character, which is really bad for Valerian's character because his is so poorly developed that she really outshines him and makes the main character look like shit.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's really disconcerting when somebody who's supposed to be not a side character per se, because she's actually supposed to be the second protagonist in the comic books itself. Because the comic books themselves, and also for anybody who's listening who wants to read them, are called Valerian and Laureline. So she's actually plays a predominant role in the comic books as well. And somebody who's supposed to be a secondary protagonist who outshines the quote unquote main protagonist, that is not good writing.
Yeah. I mean, and we both said this. There's a character in this who is in the movie for all of 20 minutes who is more likable than Valerian. And literally in 20 minutes, you get more attached to that character than you do to the main character through the entire movie. And he's in the entire fucking 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, and this 20-minute character arc, 20-minute character arc, felt more connected to this character in the entire film than I did with Valerian the entire time. It's like, okay, he's a badass, so what at that point?
So another problem that I had with this movie, you know who the bad guy is in the first 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Some of the what I don't know what you would call it, because it's not really time jumps, but it's not really flashbacks. You know what I mean? When they go to the other planet.
Oh, it's supposed to be a energy wave or a memory wave.
But the problem is, it's a memory wave from 30 years ago. So it's a flashback, but it's not a flashback, and it's not a time jump, but it is a time jump.
Yeah, essentially, it's like the memories of 30 years ago getting planted in Valerian.
Yeah, in present day, according to the movie, the movie's present day. That was very convoluted to me. I mean, I got it, but
it's an interesting idea that was executed poorly.
Yeah. Hateful, I have no idea where Hack went, but you know what you should do? You should go tweet at her and tell her to come back.
Yeah, do that shit, boy.
And tell all your friends, because we like people.
Yeah.
Well, we don't really like people, but we like you guys, and we'll like your people. Does that work? Is that a thing?
I guess have your people call our people, I suppose.
So, back to the movie. Overall, though, what did you think?
I can honestly say that I think this is a film that younger kids will watch as they grow up, and they'll get connected to. Does that make sense? I just like the action elements and the different ideas and whatnot. It makes you think a little bit if you're younger.
But then again, at the same time, it also has adult themes in it that some people would not find appropriate for children.
Yeah, but at the same time, I watched a lot of stuff that at the time was a little bit risque.
Yeah. But I think that, I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't go as far as, let's say, Starship Troopers, but it's not exactly a Disney film either.
It's PG-13.
Chagrin, you have lots of people. Don't lie to yourself.
Girl, you don't even know.
So, um,
So, what'd you feel about the film overall? Like it, hate it?
overall, it was better than mediocre. That's for damn sure. I mean, because the film overall was good. I just
You
think
know what
that
we call that? We call that a decent film.
no, but here's the thing: it has glaring problems.
Okay, yeah, I can agree to that.
It has fucking glaring problems. It's just, I think that over time, if they make a second one and they develop Valerian's character a little bit, it'll be better. But honestly, if it were up to me, I would have a second one without Valerian at all.
Oh, I'm sorry, love.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's what they should have done wasn't make him this like badass, super fast. Make him relatable in a sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, look at James Bond. He was super badass, but he was a relatable character. They developed the character correctly. There was no character development for Valerian. He's cocky, and it's not that he's sure of himself or anything like that. He's just cocky. He's kind of a dick, and you don't want to fucking deal with him.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, I mean, we'll put it this way: if you were to meet this guy, you would not want to be his friend. You know what I mean?
It's instantly the guy who walks in the room. It's like, hey, you like me? Oh, of course you fucking like me. I'm me.
Yeah, it's just literally, oh, hey, everybody likes me. He's just that, like, he's that dumb jock guy that everybody puts up with because he's, like, the captain of the football team or some shit like that.
He was Zach Braff at the beginning of Baywatch.
Yeah. That's actually a very good way to put that.
See, God, Baywatch is just so good for reference material now.
It really is. That's really the only thing it's good for. Did it even show titties? I don't even remember.
No. It showed the outline of cock and balls, though.
No, it flat out showed cock and balls. The dead guy, remember?
Oh, fucking hell. I forgot about that shit. Damn, you're right.
Yeah.
We don't get titties, but we get cock and balls. We get full frontal.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't really care that much. Like, the only problem with it is I went with my mom.
You keep telling me this, I keep forgetting that you did that.
I did not know. You didn't warn me. I mean, it's not like you could have known.
I didn't. It's not like I would have known you were going to take your freaking mom to go see a modern comedy. That all comedies now are just, they get blown out of the water.
Yeah. I mean, oh God, whatever. Anyways, so I mean, overall, the movie was pretty good. The character development for the main character was dog shit. You knew who the bad guy was right at the beginning. Although I will say one thing, that little replicator guy. You know what I mean? That little.
Yeah.
Those guys were so cute. I want 6 of them.
They were darling.
They don't have to replicate anything. I just want one.
I believe they're called converters.
Yes, I don't know why they call them converters. They're not converting anything. They're literally replicating it.
Yeah, a replicator would have been a better name.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, Shaggy, you probably will. I'm sorry for that.
I don't know. I kind of want the calendar. I'm just saying.
I'd have to completely rip Chagrin's fucking calendar page out.
Why? Because it'll stick to the rest of the pages if you don't.
No. She's like family, and it's super awkward thinking about her in any way, shape, or form that way.
I was totally just fucking with you.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like I have to announce it anyways. It makes me super uncomfortable.
Oh God. So, I think that's pretty much all we got for the week. I mean, do you want to keep talking about this about Valerian, or are you good with what we got?
I think I think I'm good for what we got.
Did you want to go over anything else like that we talked about earlier that maybe you didn't say something that you wanted to say?
No, I think we got everything real good. It's just we bitched about Suicide Squad a bit.
Yeah, we did. Well, I mean, it's what we do.
Yeah, that's true.
So, anyways, guys, thank you for coming in and hanging out with us for the hour and 20 minutes or so that we've been on. Um, hopefully, we will have another episode. I think we'll have another episode by the end of the week.
Hopefully.
Did I just make a commitment that I'm probably not going to keep?
Yeah, like you always fucking do.
Hey, you know what? We did 2 shows on time this week.
Last week.
Whatever. Either way, I think that we'll be able to. Maybe we could start doing 2 shows a week.
If we get our shit together, yeah.
You mean if I get my shit together? But you know what, though? Here's the thing. The weird part about this is I'm the one that does all the setup for this, but I'm also the one that procrastinates on going to see things.
See, I do all my shit on time.
Yeah, but you don't do all the shit.
I don't do all the shit, but I do all the shit that I need to on time.
It's so weird. You need to start doing more of the shit. Actually, you know what? Anyways, guys, we'll go ahead and end it for right now. Hopefully, we'll have another one.
We have to yell at each other for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, and then Tanuki's got to go to bed because he's got to work early in the morning, and where he lives, it's almost 9 o'clock. So.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for daylight savings time to kick back over into whatever. If it's no longer daylight savings time, I don't understand your guys' weird daylight savings time bullshit. I live in fucking Arizona. We don't have that crap.
Well, go fuck yourself.
You're just jealous.
Anyways.
So, guys, this has been the Radical Tangent. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening. Go ahead and say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people.